Hello, hello. So, I have this topic that so many people are kind of wondering about. So, I wanted to come on and just address it a little bit. So many of you know that I was with Beachbody for almost 3 years. I would say pretty successful. I had all the recognition in Success Club for 48 plus months. I attended all the trips. I had 7 diamonds, hit Success Club 10 to 30 every month, was ranked 154 in the company at the end of 2016. And you would think like all that would be awesome, right? So it was. I am so thankful for that space. In Beachbody, I grew a lot. It was kind of my first space of coming into building a business online. The whole network marketing space, I learned a ton about myself. It provided me so much in a space where I was a single mom and having to provide for my daughter, having to pay off debt I was left in my divorce. And it actually gave me one of my biggest dreams, and that is to leave my 10-year teaching career and come home and work from home and be an entrepreneur. And I didn't even know that I really wanted to be an entrepreneur, but it's definitely something that kind of was in my blood, I think, but something I grew into and skills that I developed through that space. So I'm forever thankful for that and the people that I met and the great experience that I had there, the confidence I grew for my ability to do all these amazing things. And it catapulted me into like this space of just feeling awesome about what I wanted to do with myself and the impact I wanted to have. But there was just something missing. And for so long, I couldn't figure it out. And as I, quit teaching and I came home to do it full time, I went like all in, like 1,000%, was putting in way more hours. I was grinding and hustling and still was like hitting the charts with my numbers, but my income continuously started going down and it didn't stop. And I started getting super stressed out. I didn't know what I was doing. I thought maybe it was something wrong with me. My team was kind of pushing and feeling it. And so I hired a business coach. And I was like, okay, it's something I'm doing. I'm going to invest in a high-end business coach, and I'm going to learn the missing link of what I'm doing wrong and how I can build this business further. And I'll tell you, it wasn't that. I just kept trying and was devoting more and more time and investing into business coaches, and it just wasn't working out. It wasn't going. And so I stopped losing, I started losing like that authenticity and being able to tell someone if they joined my team that they would have the success that they were seeking. Because, obviously it's not always about money. It's not. Like, we love helping people. That's what we do as coaches. That's what our passion is. But at the end of the day, I think that my ultimate impact I want to leave is like, I want to have that freedom. I want to have that time and financial freedom. I was doing that because I enjoyed it and I loved it, but I was devoting so much time away from my life priorities when that's really why I was doing it. It's because for my kids, for my family. And so when I wasn't seeing the fruition of my work matching the compensation, I started questioning it. And I started questioning many things. And in this business course, I started realizing like something isn't adding up. Like something isn't right. And I was given like a little different perspective because we were free coaches. And although for so long that seemed purposeful, and it seemed like I was being compensated for what I was doing in these groups and running these challenge groups, it wound up not being. And then when things changed and we were kind of expected to coach one-on-one 30 days of coaching for a minimum commission and then do that for 12 months with the new change of, on demand and things, like it didn't align with my value that I feel like I'm giving. It didn't align with what I was doing every day. And I started seeing a vision that I could do something more and charge my worth, or to do something that the efforts are matched with the compensation. And so I started thinking about that. And then I started getting unaligned with some things. And so for me, like, I am all about authenticity and being authentic in everything that I do. And when I couldn't authentically show up anymore and tell people that if they joined this business that they could reach the financial goals they wanted for their family, it was hard to recruit anymore. And I just was feeling so stressed and like feeling like a failure and feeling like I couldn't do this and that something was wrong with me. And so I just kind of like got in this funk and just stopped doing. And it was about that time when I started having some other health stuff, because I think the stress was so consuming me that I started having a lot of health problems. And I went to the doctor and they told me, like, you need to follow a new diet. You got to heal some things in your gut. I had some bacteria infections in my gut and candida, and just super fatigued and run down. And so I decided I had to make a change, and I was going to start something new. I was going to start a whole new nutrition plan. And I kind of just went live speaking about that. And I had a friend reach out to me and she's like, I have something that can help you. And I was like, okay, I don't know. Like, I was super negative and kind of a little, salty about that whole space, because I was in such a bad space. I was in such a bad spot. But she's like, okay, no, you've got to try it. Just try it for 10 days. And if you like it, great. If not, then what's the worst that can happen? And I was like, okay, that's right. So I literally tried this product, ketones, for 10 days. And by like day 3, I felt drastically different. My mind was just like, the fatigue was relieved. I didn't feel as achy. I didn't feel as tired. My motivation to like get up and not sit on the couch and watch Netflix in my depression, like to do something and like feel like myself again, like that was huge for me. And I didn't really want to believe it. Like, I wanted to think that this, like, I wanted to do the product to prove that it was bull crap. But at the end of the day, it wasn't. And I felt freaking awesome. And so then I even told her, I was like, well, listen, like, I am not interested in a business opportunity. Like, I'm not going there. Just kind of like very, I think if you've ever experienced being in a part of a network marketing business that you love and transformed you and created you, like, you have a connection to it. It's an emotional tie. You have friends, you have a community that you don't want to feel like you're betraying or that you're cheating on, or that essentially, could depart you from that. Like, it was super scary and super like, no, not doing that. And I was just kind of in that space of like, no, but I got more and more open to it because I knew how well I was feeling, and I started like noticing things. And so I started sharing with just some people that I knew were struggling in their health, and what I was doing before with them wasn't really working. And then they started having amazing results. And And this sweet girl, she said to me, she's like, well, you can do this or I can take them. And I was like, okay. I just became such a believer of it, but I was still so nervous about being like, I felt like I would be betraying. And so it came down to the fact where I really had to do some serious soul searching and determine why am I doing this. And I had to think about my family. Because once I started really learning about the difference in the business model, and I started looking into other people that were successful, and I started thinking about like where the company is and where they're at and where I wanted my goals to be, like what was my ultimate why and why was I doing this? And at the end of the day, I had to put my family first because that's why I do what I do. And it's not necessarily that I wanted to leave or that I wanted to, betray friends. It's not that I wanted to lose that space, but at the same time, like I know my goals and I know they weren't being reached there. I know my why and I know it wasn't being obtained there. I lost all faith in that, and I was not myself, and I have to be myself, and I had to put my family first, and I had to make a decision that was super duper hard, but wound up being the absolute best decision I could ever make. And yes, I may have lost some friends, but the people that truly care about me, the people that know me and know my heart and know why I do what I do and know why I show up, those people are still my friends, and those people are still supportive of decisions I made for my family. And that's what's most important, because at the end of the day, my goals, my why never changed. And even though I chose to go with a different company that I feel like is more matched to the platform of which I'm standing in, it's more authentic in the product and the results I'm seeing people have. It's more authentic in the business model and the business opportunity, like by far. I actually, in my first 2 months, passed my income that built me 2.5 years, or that took me 2.5 years to build in Beachbody. It's such a relief, a financial relief, an authentic relief. I don't have to spend tons of time in groups and coaching for free. I just don't. And I'm more aligned with that. And I also am more aligned with knowing that when I present this to somebody, they are going to be able to change their life and the goals that they have. And to be able to say that with like all conviction and purpose and passion again is really, really exciting. Like I was missing that. And so although I'm very thankful for the space with Beachbody, although I'm very thankful for the friends and the atmosphere that I gained there and the skills I gained there, I know that it was time for me to move on. And I feel like now, because I've joined Pruvit in the space that I'm in, I have such more ability to make such a bigger impact on people's lives, because not only can they change their life and health, and I completely and 100% believe in what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling with ketones and all the medical and scientific research behind what's coming with this new nutrition technology, but I also know for a fact that this opportunity is absolutely amazing. And it just comes down to having to decide, am I more concerned about people's judgment? Am I more concerned about people's, opinion of me and me doing something? Or am I more concerned about being authentic in my life and showing up in the best way I can and doing what's absolutely best for my family? And that wins every day. So it's been such a ride. I'm so excited again. I feel passionate again. I feel like I'm on the right path. And the more that I experience this company and the events and how high level and high vibe things are and how much different even just the community is and what what we're doing here in the training, like, it fires me up. It goes right along with my life coaching side of who I am. And I'm really, really excited to continue in this space, but just a little bit better version for me personally. So anyway, I just wanted to give that out, kind of explain where I've been and why I'm here and why I made the decision I did and how excited I am. And I just appreciate so many people that have been supportive. And I'll say to anybody who has not, I still send love, and I hope the best for you in all your business. And I look forward to continuing this new space. And if you're interested in an amazing opportunity that can absolutely change your life, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I know for a fact that I am leading a team of people in an amazing space that are going to do big, big things. So I would love to have other rock stars that want to change their family's life, that want to put their family a priority, who want to change their health and feel so much better on my team and in my space. So anyway, y'all have a great evening. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.